make a custom Tesla light show for you.
And you can get it for yourself. I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
And you're watching In Depth
on Now You Know.
This In Depth was brought to you by Henson Shaving.
When one of our Patreon supporters reached out to us months ago and said that he had manufactured the perfect shaver on equipment usually reserved for making parts for satellites and Mars rovers, the first thought that came to my mind was, right.
But our now good friend Daniel, the CEO of Henson, made good on his promise and sent us some pretty slick shavers.
The tolerances and materials on these are insane. This object is truly a quirk of the universe.
You can pick up one of these for yourself at the link below and use the code NOWYOUKNOW to get 100 blades for free at checkout.
Every week, Zach and I are so happy to be hearing from our viewers about their new EVs.
But one of the questions we get a lot is, I want to go on a road trip, but I want to also stop at a bunch of places on the way, and I don't know how to program that in.
And a better route planner works for basically every EV on the road. So if you need to plan a road trip for a low mileage EV that can't charge very fast, you can see how painful it might be. And if you're looking at buying an EV, you can decide which one you want to get based on the kinds of trips you usually have to do. And if you click on the link in the description, you'll get a 30-day free trial to the premium app.
We're also sponsored by EcoWare.
You can find over 100 awesome designs at EcoWare, and we carbon offset the manufacturing, the shipping, and the life cycle of every purchase. And on top of that, we plant 10 trees for every order. And on top of that, we help to cap a well with our friends at the Well Done Foundation. So your purchase is completely carbon negative.
And this week, we're doing something really special. You're about to learn how Jesse and I made this awesome custom Tesla light show. It took hours to do, and we are going to be making it available on EcoWare. You'll learn more about that on today's show. So a couple weeks ago, we got the latest Tesla holiday over-the-air software update.
As a part of the update, there was a new Christmas light show, now for the Model S, the 3, and the Y.
Because remember, before, the light show only worked for the Model X. The doors open and they close during the show, and it's this whole cool thing.
But the other car models were left out.
So Tesla came out with a version for all the models, and everyone was happy.
What Tesla also did was allow owners to make their own custom light music shows and use this software called X-Lights.
So we thought we'd give it a try and see if we can get it to work. So let's use that song, Escape Into the Future, which is the one that we use on TTN for the Into the Future segments.
Escape into the future.
And see if we can make it work.
Let's go.
All right. All right, so how are things going?
Good. So I did a little bit of light making. I got this so far.
Oh, okay, so I see that over here on the left is a representation of the car.
Right.
And then this is almost like a, digital audio, almost for those of you who make music, like this looks very familiar.
It's almost like MIDI, except with light.
Right, so this looks really easy.
It's not. So, right, like I did all this work. This took me probably about 20 minutes. Everything you see here, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wait, this is like a second of the music.
No, it's almost 2 seconds.
Wait, so it took you 20 minutes to do 2 seconds of music?
Well,
it's a learning curve. It's right, and it's going to get fast.
And I should be able to repeat this section because the music repeats, right? It goes. So I should be able to paste it, right? So, okay, so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to select it all.
Yeah, that's basic 101 computer stuff.
Okay, so copy.
Copy.
And then I want to paste it. There's a specific spot that I want to paste it, so I'll find that spot. Right there.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm going to want. And then I think I click here, and I paste.
What if you hit T first to add the times thing?
Maybe T, okay?
Okay, you got now paste.
Maybe.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna go get some coffee. I'll come back in a few minutes. I'm sure you'll have it figured out. See you in a few.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right, so I left Jesse working on that, and I hope that he'll get the hang of it, and we'll have our first test song ready to go after I finish my coffee.
All right, how did it go? Did you figure out the pasting problem?
Yes. You ready for me to save you 20 minutes of your life?
Yes.
Here's what you do.
Okay.
When you select it, right, you're clicking, like you're making a bounding box. So I click the top left, and then I shift click the bottom right. Copy. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see if I go too low and I select the wrong thing, it pastes too low.
So you have to start where you started.
Yeah, so if I started on the left outer main beam, I have to paste from the left outer main.
That makes sense. That's great. You figured it out. But I do have a question for you. All the different things here, I don't know if we can even see these. They're so small. Left outer main beam and right front fog. So those correspond to all the different lights on the car. How do you know which light is which?
If it's a Model S, it's really useful. If not, you have to figure out by using this diagram, which doesn't tell you anything.
Hang on. Why do you have a Model S open if you are trying to program this for a Model 3?
They just use the Model S model.
But why?
Because that's what they did.
Wait, so no one has a Model 3 model?
You have to come over here and deal with it like that, yeah.
So wait, you have to translate every light you want to light
if I'm
up
like,
over
if
this
I'm like,
list?
oh, I want this one. So number 1, oh, that's the outer main beam. Now I can look over here. Oh, it's the outer main beam. If I'm like, oh, what's that? What's number 7? 7 is the front turn signal. Okay, then I have to come over here. Front turn signal.
Are you kidding me?
Hang on. I'm finding it. There we go. Right, front. Oh no, that's fog. Hang on. There we go. Right, rear. Oh, that's rear. It's around here.
Wait, so you're telling me for every single light, and it looks like there's dozens of them, you have to take the time to figure this all out on a. I mean, that's hundreds of places to put the dots.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna go grab lunch, and I'll come back, and hopefully you made some progress.
Okay.
All right. See ya.
Thank you.
Okay, so this doesn't look like it's working out very well. Jesse hasn't made much headway, but I'm hoping that maybe a little more time with the program and he'll have like a breakthrough or something, because this could be really cool, making our own custom light show. All right, let me just go back and check in with him.
So kind of scary. It almost.
What's scary?
Oh, I think it almost crashed on me, so I saved it right afterwards because it was really sketchy. It like stopped working for a second.
Oh, and that's like an hour of work so far.
Yeah, I've made it to almost 5.5 seconds so far.
Wait, it's been an hour and you got 5.5. Can you play it from the top?
Sure. Give it away. I've been doing it at half speed, just so I can see the lights lining up a little bit better.
Wait, that's as far as you've gotten it in an hour of work? How long is it going to take to do the whole song?
Don't be so negative.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to do the whole song.
One other question I have for you. Can you see the whole car? Like, you're just looking at the front of the car. Aren't there lights in the back and the side?
Oh, I'm not going to worry about those.
What do you mean you're not going to worry about those? I want the whole car to light up.
Well,
Also, there's windows that go down and stuff.
I don't want to do that. That's too much work. I'm just focusing on, this is a light show. We're doing lights.
Oh, man.
There are things that you can do. I mean, my car can't do the lift gate. It also can't do, can't open and close its handles.
All right.
Whatever.
Get back to work. to work.
All right, looks like Jesse is...
that X-Lite software is just super frustrating. It just feels like it was hacked together and was just meant for programming like house lights back in the early 2000s or something. I am done with it. I mean, you can try it because it took me an hour just to create like a few seconds of a light show.
All right, well, it's only fair to give you a break, and I'll try it for a while.
I'm going to grab lunch, and I'll check back in with you.
All right, I'll go do it.
All right, so you kind of took over for me. What did you learn? Yeah, as you got a little burnt out, I took over. And this is a lot like when I used to program for I'm a songwriter, and we used to write for songs. And so I think of these little boxes as, like when you're programming a drum machine or something. And as I began doing it, I didn't really incorporate it into this version, but now I can see it better. I think of the lower lights here now as like my bass. And so now I'm feeling like the next time we do this, it'd be like boom, 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 boom. Like your low bass would be down there. You might think of like your hi-hats as being the highlight, the what is that called? Like the
signature light.
The signature lights, whatever. If you start assigning different sounds and different drums to different lights, then I think that would be really cool. I think the next time we do this, I'll do that. The other thing I learned is that you can do intensities. So it doesn't necessarily be on off. It can be so you can start doing stuff like that. But I think we have to write the song, go out and play it right now, and see what it looks like so that we can start to get feedback on what works and what doesn't. But I can see that if you start doing this a lot, you could actually get really good at it. We just focus on the front of the car, but there's side repeaters, there's the rear lights, and so like I can see like we could do the rear lights as the base, or like there's, I don't know, there's all kinds of things that started coming to me as we did it. Okay, so we're gonna take the project we just made, we're gonna save it. You have to then copy it over to a USB stick. The USB has to have nothing else on it. You have to put it into a folder called Light Show. You have to spell it exactly right. You have to rename your files Light Show. So it does take a few steps. But once you do that, hopefully we take out our USB stick now and go down to the car, and hopefully it's gonna work. Let's go try it.
All right, so we just plugged in our USB stick. Now I'm going to our toy box, going to Light Show, start the show. Going to adjust our volume here. We don't need to wake up the whole neighborhood for this test. And now I'm gonna roll down our windows and we're gonna give it a shot. Here we go.
Did it work?
This is too long.
Damn it. So the car says that the file is too long?
Too large.
After all that work?
Time to go back, do it again.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, and all that work and nothing. It wouldn't even play.
I know. So I think that there's this limit on the number of on-off commands. I think I read somewhere something like 681 commands and like a 5-minute music limit.
Oh, so you can't have long songs, so no Stairway to Heaven?
I think we must have gone over the limit because especially I started using a lot of those intensity ramps, and I think each of those counts as like multiple on-offs.
So what are we going to do?
Well, why don't we just like cut a small section of it and see if it works?
All right.
All right, so we're gonna try it again. We just chopped the last 2 minutes off the song, which was hard to do since it's taken so long. Now we've got like a minute of Light Show. Let's see if that worked.
Well,
That was rewarding.
yeah. I mean, I was a bit worried that we weren't going to get anything.
I was a little afraid that it was going to brick my car, if I'm being
But
honest.
it worked. And not only that, it looked really good.
So that song is like 3 minutes long or something. I mean, what should we do now? Because, I mean, we did write a whole song for it, but it has too many, on-offs in it.
Well, we wrote a song years ago called Veldic Transport. Do you remember that? And we
Yes.
wrote it specifically for Tesla. We actually sent it into Tesla years ago and said they could use it for free in their marketing videos.
I remember that. I mean, I wrote the pizzicato string parts for it. Did we ever hear back from Tesla?
Of course not. I mean, does anyone ever hear back from Tesla? But I think it would be the perfect song for the Tesla Light Show. We have a 1 minute long mix, and I think it shows off what the lights can do.
Now, did I actually see those intensity ramps working? I don't think I saw anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have a feeling that most of the lights don't ramp. They're probably either just on or off. But you know what? We should test that. Okay, so we programmed different intensities like 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100% for every light and then tested it. And for the most part, the lights just turn on and off.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw the main beams change intensity, but yeah, other than that, it seems like if you're below 50%, they stay off. If you're above 50%, they turn on. It doesn't seem like it works.
Yeah, to keep it simple and to reduce the commands, because remember, we got that limit of 681, I think we should just skip intensity ramps for now.
Well, let's get to work.
Okay. No, wait. I just had an idea before we do this.
Oh, okay.
Let's make the light show, but then let's give it away.
I have a better idea.
Okay.
We need support for our new nonprofit, Now We Act, right?
Oh, right. Now we act. I mean, we just hired a new executive director and we're finishing up the software and we're getting ready for the alpha testing soon. So this is going to be really exciting.
Right. And we need our community's support to do this because you're right. Now We Act is going to be so cool. How about if we make this light show, put it up on EcoWare so anyone can download it for the Tesla, and we just ask people to pay what they can?
That's a great idea. Let's go make it. All right, we did it.
We learned a bunch about how to do it better.
So the first thing we did this time, which was different than we did last time, was we entered timelines for each eighth note of the song. Now that's not fun and it's not intuitive.
Now you might be thinking, oh, good. So you just clicked something and it said like align to eighth notes. No. Every single eighth note of the song. Normally you're thinking of a beat like 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we did 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and every single one of those we drew in by hand. We had to look at a waveform and click and be like, I think that's the beat. Boom. Okay, what's the next beat? Boom. We were moving, I don't know, what, tenths of a second forward every beat. So first we did all of that. And of course, the spacings are different because this whole program works on a particular spacing. Like, you know how I don't know if anyone's ever used an editing software, you can chop just like right there. This is every 20 milliseconds is a block that you can either add or subtract, but there is no in between.
And in music, 20 milliseconds actually is a lot.
Right. So it'd be like watching it and be like, that looks a little late. Right. And then we'd be like, now it looks a little early. Now it looks a little late. And we're like, oh my, really?
Yeah, it is not intuitive. I mean, I write a lot of music because I'm a composer and you write a lot of music. And with digital audio workstations, they've planned for all this. So it's very easy. It's easy to write songs. This made it really hellish to try and program the lights. I think that maybe with time you'd get a little better, but every song you'd have to kind of do what we just did, which is start with putting in the times. And that in itself took what, like over an hour?
Yeah. Now, there might be an easier way to do it. There seems to be a lot of other settings, but it does seem like it's more meant for a house. My guess is that someone at Tesla was like, hey, I do a light show for my house. I use this program called X-Lights, and I can do all these sorts of things. And I was hacking around a little bit the other day, and I could make the Model X do it. And Elon was probably like, great, do that. And then when they were like, okay, let's do another holiday update. Well, I mean, this X-Lights program is open source. Maybe we just give it to everybody.
Look, this is so cool. The fact that all the cars now can do the light show is awesome. So I don't want to put it down at all. But you know what? Let's just show you. This took us 6 hours of work. Here it is. All right, so we just shot that real quick out in the driveway. You can't even see the rear brake lights thumping to the kick drum. That took us like 2 hours, and that looks really cool in real life.
Yeah, if you pull into a supercharger and play this show, you are going to grab a lot of attention. I'm so glad that Tesla included this as a feature. It is so cool.
Yeah.
As hard as it is, I think that, it's cool that we could spend 6 hours programming it, and now we can make it available to you.
Yeah, I mean, what I love is that now it's not just a Christmas show. I mean, because basically we're done with Christmas for the year. This means that you can show off your car all year long.
And you don't have to spend 6 hours programming it like Zach and I did. We already made this available to you.
Yeah, so just go to the link below in the show notes. That'll bring you to ecoware.us. We are making this available to pay what you want, and the proceeds all go to our nonprofit 501c3, Now We Act.
It's really easy. You pay what you want, you check out, you click the download button, and the 2 files you need are in this zip file that you downloaded. Unzip it, copy the whole folder into a blank USB drive, pop that thumb drive into your Tesla, go to the toy box, select Light Show, click Start the Show, and that's it. Hop out, close the door, and enjoy. Your car will automatically lower the windows.
Now, our patrons already got access to this a week ago, so if you've seen these videos popping up, it's because our awesome patrons are already able to get this file. Please consider supporting us on Patreon. This and many other perks are available for you there. Your support makes it possible for Jesse and I to spend hours and hours on projects like this for you.
And knowing that we have an awesome community has allowed us to start Now We Act, which Zach and I are so excited to share with you in the coming months.
Again, every dollar we raise from this light show will go to supporting projects on Now We Act.
So head over to ecoware.us right now, get your light show, and start having fun with it.
And please send us videos of you and your new light show. We'll include some on Tesla Time News.
Thank you so much for watching. Now you know.